Hi everyone, this is Builder 101 series. In this video I'm going to show you components inside Builderius site builder. On the right panel in the navigator in elements tree there are these two green colored elements. They are component instances. In the free version, in this beta, there are two components created by default and it's not possible to create new components. However, these components can be reused. So here, when I add component to elements tree, I have components instances. And I can have more than one component instance of the same component. So for instance, component is called site footer and this instance is created inside this template. And when I click duplicate, I have two instances of the same component, footer. And now it looks the same, but in a moment I will show you how to customize it. So let me delete the second one. Now let's talk about how to edit this component. There are two possible ways. The first one is I have to go this top left menu with a logo of Builderius, click it. At the end of the list there is a group components and there are two components, my components created, site header and site footer. When I click on either of these, I open it for editing. This component is opened for editing in isolation mode. I can change HTML structure, add content, etc. However, here I see only my component and nothing else. And the name of the tab is called site footer, just the name of the component. Let me close it. So another way of opening, editing component is to right click and click edit component. This way component will be opened in the context of the template. The name of the tab will look like this: the name of the template, then arrow, and then the name of the component. And here beside elements of the component itself, I see the rest of the templates and also other component instances like header. I see this header, there is a main, and if there were any elements inside the main, they would be visible here as well. So it's much more convenient way for editing components because here I can see how it looks like in the specific template. Now let's talk about properties. At the moment there is none elements are selected, and here on the left I see this button new property. So I click it and then I would like to create a new property, and let's call it first column title, and I can leave this value empty or I can set some default value like this one. Now I can go to specific element like this heading, for instance. This is the empty heading, it's located here, so when I write something you see it, right? And there is a new UI element visible, this plus icon. When this plus icon is next to some setting, it means that I can use component property in this setting. So what I do, I click this plus icon, and here I have context menu with properties previously created. So I click first column title, and now my setting is connected to the component property, this first column title, right? Now what should I do is to close the tab. By the way, I can close it and the changes will be saved, or I can click also this button and then close. So either way it works. For me it's faster just close, and I know that settings will be saved when I close tab. Okay, now I have this site footer, and here can be seen this default value that I set for property, right? For this component. In this instance, it shows default value. When I duplicate it and then I go to the second instance, I click on this element. Here on the left, now I see my property, its name, first column title, and here I can set the actual value. For instance, I can write contact info. Now I have two instances of the same component, however with different information provided here. As a value for property, I can also use the dynamic data. Components are a very powerful tool that can be used during development of the site. They can be created in the way when through properties, customization for the component instance can be provided.